Today on Canadian Firearms Review, we take a look at the Norinco T97. So this is the T97, and this is actually a loaner gun we have here. One of our subscribers lent it to us for review, and so far, I'm really liking it actually. At first I was skeptical. I've kind of been growing away from Norinco with their machining and their parts. They're not always typically very good, but this is actually an exception. This one's been painted, and the owner of the rifle did a really good job at putting a camouflage pattern on this rifle. And it's hard to kind of tell what it looked like before, but if you buy these fresh from the factory, they're actually really well, neat, nice and clean. And its fit and finish is actually really good for Norinco standard, which is actually pretty impressive. This gun's a lot of fun to shoot. There's a lot of good things about this rifle, and unfortunately there's quite a few things that we didn't really like about the rifle as well. So one of the main things we really didn't like about this rifle were the ergonomics. They are completely jacked up. Everything to the charging handle, to the safety, to the mag release, the ergonomics on this rifle are just really jacked up. There's not much more you can say about it. When you're shouldering the rifle, it's somewhat awkward to insert the magazine. The mag release is in a really awkward position. It's on this side of the rifle, and you have to use like your index. This is how I do it. I'm not quite sure if anyone else does it this way, but I grab over, use my index, and depress the mag release there and pull it out. So that's really awkward. The mags don't drop free unless you're using stand mags. P-mags won't drop free. It's a really tight mag well. Again, back to the ergonomics with the safety itself. It's this knob over here, and it's really awkward to turn on and off. It's just a little dial that you turn back here. It's just completely in a terrible spot. There's no easy way to turn this on and off safety, or at least I haven't found it. Moving on to the charging handle itself, it's really awkward to get a good grasp on. You can only fit like one or two fingers in here, and it's just really hard to pull back. I would like to see just maybe a folding latch that you could probably flip out when you're using the rifle, or you can flip it back in when you're not using the rifle. That way it won't snag on anything. But when you're using the rifle, you can flip it out, and you can easily access the action on your left or right hand side. It would be nice if they made that ambidextrous. Another thing we didn't like about this rifle was the trigger. Because it is a bullpup design, it has a link bar for the trigger, and which typically relates to a mushy trigger, and that's really what you get. And it's hard to tell when the thing breaks. It's a surprise every time, which could be a good thing. But personally, I like to know you can kind of feel where it's going to break, and then it still surprises you, but you know where it's going to break. This rifle is totally different. It might take some while to getting used to, but the reset is all right. But once you start pulling that trigger again, you'd think it would break soon, and it doesn't break, and then it just breaks at a random spot. It's a really not a great trigger. It's hard to shoot fast too because of that, and just all in all, it's not a great trigger. Another thing we weren't a huge fan of, but we still kind of thought it was an interesting idea, was the sights. It's nice that it's a carrying handle. It's really nice and light, and you can hold on to it and carry it, but the sights themselves are kind of high with respect to the bore. And the rear sight it's kind of interesting that it's got five different settings, and but they all seem to be really close. And then there's one setting that is almost like a front post, but it's in the rear. And I think the idea with that is it's supposed to be a battle sight. But personally, if I were to design the rifle and I want a battle sight, I would have nothing there, and I would just use the front post as a battle sight. So I'm kind of confused by that one. Maybe you guys can let us know in the comments why there's a rear post there. But that's something we kind of liked, but didn't like at the same time. Moving on to things that we did like. It's really nice and compact. It's light. It's really fun to shoot. And it's non-restricted in Canada. So you can actually take this out in the woods. And because it's 5.56 or 2.23, You can take it out pretty much all year round, hunt coyote with it. So it's a nice gun you can take out in the woods with you. So we really did like that about this gun. And moving back to how fun it is just kind of a neat design. I've never been a huge fan of bullpups, but the time with this rifle has really gotten me to kind of warm up to them because it's really fun to shoulder. It feels really comfortable in the shoulder, and all in all, it's just a really fun gun to shoot. So just a couple of other features we haven't touched yet. In the bottom here, in the pistol grip, there's a little trap door here. And there's actually a cleaning kit for the rifle, which is kind of neat. Opens up and there's all the pieces right inside that little case. And in the front here, it actually has an adjustable gas system. And when you buy the rifle, it comes on 0, which is off. So you're gonna have to basically switch that to normal or adverse conditions. Because your rifle's not going to cycle. So it's kind of neat that you have that option that you can have it so it's not over gas in regular conditions. And then if your rifle gets kind of gunked up and dirty, or you have bad conditions, you can switch it over and you have just more gas and you won't have any malfunctions. So that's kind of a cool feature that this rifle has. But overall, guys, it's a really fun rifle to shoot for Canadians. It's non-restricted, so you can bring it into the woods with you. Unfortunately, Americans can't purchase this. Sorry, guys. But just basically for the Canadian market. So that's a review of the T97. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out our Facebook. Thanks for watching.